Hi, this is David with entry number 349, possibly 350. I thought I would try a different angle today, and so hold on, I'm gonna move just slightly. Here we go. So I've propped currently the phone, which I record these kind of entries on. Uh, I've propped against the computer. So I apologize if there's any kind of vibration that the phone is picking up because it's resting directly on the computer's chassis. Let me just try tilting. There we go, that's better. The camera I normally film on is right here. That is the Nikon D7000. About 4 years old now. Came out with much fervor and has since been updated. Last year, I think there was a new model released. Currently, just outside the apartment, I told you I think the Filipino women left a couple weeks ago now. So they're really like nuking out those apartments. Like all of them that they were in, the doors are wide open, and there's like a whole bunch of elderly women in there just scrubbing out everything and like really doing a number to the apartments. I kind of wanted to talk today about something that sorry, I know this is kind of nasty. I wanted to talk today about something that I really want to kind of stress, and that's kind of a there's lots of words for it, but I think the most succinct word is anxiety. And people who have anxiety, there's a lot of kind of things that surround it and go with it and complement it. And I think, people like me definitely have a lot of anxiety when they really shouldn't. But you have it nonetheless, regardless of how illogical it is, or how smart you may be, or how dumb you may be. Anxiety is something that I think is a universal thing for a lot of people. But I've noticed that people like me, the ones I've met, have all kind of had it, maybe a little more than others, a higher proportion. Um, if you've noticed today, well, probably not, but if you have, I uh, I haven't gotten my bingsu yet, and it's currently almost 4:30. So I know yesterday's video I said I was gonna get it, but today twice I've walked by the restaurant and just stood outside for about 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and just kind of psyched myself out of going. And I don't know why particularly. It causes me so much stress because I can go into any of the kind of small Korean shops and get food very easily. I can order in Korean just fine, and it's not really that stressful. But when it comes to kind of more formal dining, and although it is just a dessert cafe or whatever, it's still more formal than a Korean fast food shop. Um, I get kind of a little anxious because um, I think in the US I wouldn't have this issue at all, but it's a very kind of strange Korean thing to not want to eat alone or be seen eating alone or whatever. You can do it in the little kimbap nara, kimbap jjanguk things that I eat at quite often alone, but if you're eating like some out and it's a restaurant and not somewhere where it's kind of socially acceptable to eat alone, which is pretty much anything that's not one of these little fast food joints, it's pretty awkward, and you get looked at a lot, and sometimes they'll laugh at you. And I know like American ways go like, oh yeah, don't care about what everyone thinks, like be your own person, and you should, do things like on your beat. Don't mess with, don't think other people don't let anyone have any say over what you believe or what you do or whatever. Don't let them control you. And I think, for the most part, that's true. But it's very difficult here in many ways. So, it's open till about 10, I think. So, or 11. So I got time. It's just strange to kind of feel constricted this way. And I know it's silly and stupid, but but in a way I think I'd rather feel this way than be completely uninhibited, you know. And I think a lot of foreigners when they come to Korea are like that, where they just are completely free and they feel like they can just kind of waltz around and do what they like in this country when they come to Korea. And, in my opinion, that's pretty disrespectful because you can't just do what you want. This isn't the US, and even in the US, you really shouldn't be able to do whatever you want. But a lot of people feel that way. Inhibition is a fascinating thing to me because I've never felt like I've been terribly uninhibited. I feel like I encumber myself quite a lot and limit myself, restrict myself, and put a lot of self-made stress on myself. And to some extent that's warped me in a certain negative way, but I think to a larger extent it's been very, very good in showing me and kind of building my character up. Because a lot of younger people nowadays aren't really restricted in any way. Kind of, they're almost encouraged to act in a self-serving manner. A lot of people are told, and I was as a child, that they are special and unique. But in many cases, they're not. So it's a fascinating issue to come across. I think at this point it's kind of silly the way that I feel regarding the Bingsu, because it's their business out for profit. They want my business. I want their product. Why should I stop myself from going and getting something I want? Especially when I have the money, I have the willpower, I have the completely have the ability to do it, but for some reason there's something in the pit of my stomach that says you should not, or maybe you don't need it. I don't know. I can't really say at this point, but it is a fascinating conundrum to feel this way, to feel anxiety over something so petty. It is strange. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see. I really want one because it's still bloody hot, even though it's relatively nice outside. It's, I'm still having to wipe my upper lip quite a lot because it's hot. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been entry 350, I think. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.